Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. Let's play some Ostranauts. Now, since the last episode, I did a little bit of housekeeping, not a whole lot, but just a touch, and I wanted to mention that. I did uninstall a few bins that were in the ship that we're currently attached to, that we're salvaging. I went ahead and just grabbed those as I was seeing that they were empty and relatively available. I did grab one rack. I installed a cooler that I was afraid I would miss that was in pretty good condition. So I wanted to save the time of doing a complete restore on something and hit that up. I moved the one battery. I grabbed another battery that was in pretty good shape. And so I put those there. I will have initially 4 batteries in my engineering section. Let's see what else. I shuffled some crates around just a little bit, and I did grab some floors and fill these guys up with, I'm sorry, some walls. It's not the last time, folks. I'll continue to do that. I put some walls in here for future use, and I filled one crate up with floors of the style that we were seeing, which I think is this. I almost kind of think I like that better than these actually. If you look really closely, these have some lines through them. I'm not sure if my YouTube resolution will pick that up. I don't really have a problem with that, but I have noticed that at times it just kind of looks painted or something. I don't know. These look a little more uniform to me. Maybe not. Hard to tell for sure. But I did do that. I grabbed those pieces. I just thought that was kind of some stuff to do that save a few minutes of video time. I did install 2 thrusters. Well, I uninstalled this guy, moved him here, and then I installed the other one that I had still and put that there. These are not my permanent thruster locations. They're just functional right now and kind of out of the way. What I want to do is go and uninstall the reactor, get it fixed up, and take it home and sell it. So that's probably what we're going to try to finish up here with. I did, one other thing I did, and I haven't decided if I'm even going to grab them yet. I probably won't. I uninstalled a couple of doors as opposed to bashing them down, and that way I can grab those if I choose. Again, haven't really decided yet. It wouldn't be the worst thing to segment off engineering from everything else, but we've got time. There's no rush on that. So let's come up here. And I'm bringing the cart with me because, as we saw once before, some of these parts can be loaded on a cart and it'll save a trip or two, and I'm all about saving a trip or two when we can. So put that right there, and I'm just going to start hacking away at this. So these are uninstalls. 4. That's 2 of the pieces. Go ahead and do the big one here. That's going to explode all over the place, isn't it? Boom, there it is. Looks like some of the pieces fell through the floor. I don't see the actual big field piece. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I don't see where it survived the uninstall. Okay, what else do we have? I paused, that's why it won't move anywhere. Slow down. Okay, that was the MHD. I'm not really seeing any more parts to the reactor that survived. Oh, core pump, yeah, that's one. Let's go ahead and repair that. And as a few of you pointed out, once I've finished repairing something, I should restore it at least briefly to get this up just a hair so it doesn't fall apart in the meantime when I move it around. I've been trying to be a little better about that. I just hadn't really mentioned it, so I thought I would this time. I'm not really seeing anything else. So I want to make sure none of these are, that one's okay. Good, good, good. Yep. Everything looks reasonable. Going to go ahead and grab a couple of the Kangs as well. This one does need to be repaired. Because I have so many thrusters at this point, I think it's probably a good idea to start considering increasing my intakes, even if I haven't found a Hydra yet. And there's one. That one is in already good shape, so we'll just uninstall these. Okay, and I feel like there was one other thing I was looking for, and it's slipping my mind right now. Yeah, I'm not coming up with it. So not gonna worry about it too much. It was something I thought I should have seen on a ship by now, and I don't think I have. Yeah, it's not coming back to me though. Not gonna worry about it. Here's one of those doors I uninstalled. This is probably a turbo pump, and it's in good shape. Let's uninstall that. I don't think I'm gonna have space for all of this, but just in case I do, I'll have a few of these around. Had been looking maybe at getting some additional racks. Look at that. 2 tickets. That one's a year old. This one is, oh great, which one did I read first? That one. Okay, so that was top right. Now we'll do bottom left. That ticket's still good. So we're going to want to grab that. That's the button I wanted. Okay, so we'll take this, put it here. I did want to look at this oxygen bottle. That oxygen bottle is in good shape. Holding patch. Okay. I am stalling just a little bit. I was trying to remember what it was that I had forgotten about. It is not coming to me, so we'll move on. I don't think it was anything critical. Kind of one of those, oh yeah, when you run into it, don't forget to grab kind of ideas. Here's where I took the one battery that was in reasonably good shape. I did not uninstall the pump yet. Okay, we'll pick up the cart, start putting some pieces on it. There we go. Oh, I did find a PDA. I just noticed that in there. I found a PDA just kind of hanging out, and that's perfectly okay. It was in one of those bins that I uninstalled. So I do have a second one of those that I'll get to play with here a little later. I'm going to skip that canister. We'll take that one. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one that was full, or mostly full anyway. So we'll grab that, put that on the cart, and take the cart back. Okay, the cart is full up, and these I have to drag individually, and there's only one more big piece. I did pull up a turbo pump or two though, so we will unload the cart. We'll unload it and see what we can, if we can Jenga this together. So far so good. Okay. 16 spaces for the pieces of the reactor we have. Gonna have plenty of space. Okay, I'm okay with that. we go. Put this big guy here. Doors won't fit on the cart. I have to drag those separately if I choose to. Oh, the Kangs. That was the other thing. I'd grabbed a couple of those. Damaged Kang. Turbo pump will uninstall. It'll probably get tossed outside the ship because where I'm standing it did not. Yay. Okay. I think that'll do. So bring all that down here. I could just leave this on the cart, I guess, since I'm not going to have further use for it, but let's just go ahead and there we go, and I'll have space for those other pieces here. I could put some over here if I needed to. I'm going to drop the cart off right here for now. Grab those reactor pieces and get out of Dodge. Now, as I'm getting back to the spot where I want those, I'm kind of slowing down and making sure that I didn't miss like something that needs repairing or anything like that. But I did look at these when I first disassembled it all, and it was clear that they were all in really good shape, at least this time through. Number two to go. We can even put these right here. That's actually not, we're going to go there. That was outside the cargo area, so to make a long story short, if I forget that, it would effectively kind of just go bye-bye. Well, not go bye-bye, but when I go to sell, if I don't move it, I will have potentially lost track of it. And we're going to pick that up. And I did just think of one thing I wanted to maybe try, but it's too late now because we just finished moving all that stuff. I wanted to try the haul button. So you can set an area for hauling. So we're going to pick this area, right? Let's do that. Okay, so that's going to be a new zone. There we go. And haul. And then I want to go up, find where that door is that I uninstalled. Here's one of them. And I want to mark it with an order of, we're going to call that loose. I think that's what that would be considered. Mark that as haul. Looks like it picked that up. Let's come over here. There's that turbo pump. Order, haul. Okay, and then we're going to mark this one and this one if I can. There it is. Undo that, and then auto task. And let's see what, if anything, happens. I'm not convinced anything will happen. I tried this once before, and it didn't do anything for me. Cannot reach that location. Okay. Am I just too far away? Is that the problem? Okay, well, yeah, like I said, I haven't had solid luck with how this is supposed to work, so I'm not quite sure what to expect there. And that's okay. I just might be misunderstanding what it's supposed to do. I am sure that somebody out there has done this and will have a really good idea of what I'm not thinking through. And I'm happy to read those comments and try to adjust if I can. One other thing I thought is maybe, sometimes when I click to move back down to the ship, it's too far away, you can't see it. It gives me the red feet saying, hey, nope, not from where you're at. And so I thought maybe what I would try is going through and moving these closer and then trying it again, just in case that's what's going on. But I'm not going to make this a federal case. I'm just going to move on after I put this one down and try it one more time. Nope, I don't see any kind of behavior whatsoever. There should be space allotted for that. Should be able to put doors here, pump there, so just not seeing it happen. So, okay. If you know anything about that, want to make a comment, I'm, like I said, happy to read what folks are saying that I'm doing wrong there. Time is ticking. Auto task is on. Just wanted to give it one more shot in case I'm just totally missing the point. All right. So we will just do that manually, which is what I would have done anyway. That one there. Oh, that's weird. That looks a little buggy, but that's okay. I'm going to put auto pause back on, so don't forget that. Pick this one up. Put it down here. Actually, put it here. I haven't completely decided if I'm going to use these or sell these. Sometimes doors sell really well. Uh-oh, clobbered by the memory of the dumbest thing you ever said. Well, the good news for me is you all have probably already heard some of the dumbest things I've ever said, so I don't have to worry about that so much, but my little avatar here, maybe he's a little more emotional about those kinds of things. Yeah, it doesn't quite look right, does it? But that's okay. We'll go in and cancel those in a minute anyway. Pick that one up and bring it down here, and then we're going to fly back to the base. I could probably try to scavenge a few more things. Maybe I should do that. Auto task. He's going to repair stuff. He's not interested in hauling right now. Did I forget to mark it? I marked it as haul. I like the idea of what I think you're supposed to be able to do here. I think it makes a lot of sense. I want to understand how to do it, though. I think that'll make this a little more interesting. All right, nonetheless. I wanted to think if there was anything that I remembered seeing and failed to grab. I think I got all the good parts for the most part. There's probably a thruster or two sitting out here. We know there's some pumps. But I think what I would like to do is go ahead and run back to the store, K-Leg, and call it a day and get this stuff fixed up and on its way. So we have air pressure, making sure of that. Yep, we're in good shape. Gonna come on over here. One person asked why I take the pressure suit off, or the the EVA suit off, and I think we've talked about this at least once, but there used to be, and I think it probably still is, that you would get a comfort penalty. It basically just effectively decreased your stats while you were wearing it if you wore it for too long. It was kind of just a comfort concept. I kind of thought that was an interesting idea. In fairness, walking around in non-pressure suit as I fly back is a little risky because we could be hit by a micrometeor, and that would end our day more than likely. So it is something that I've thought about. Oh, I want to unlock these. Go ahead and do that real quick. And one more of those. There we go. And now we're going to head back. So thank you, Kinetic Jazz. You have been a trooper. We might see you again. There were no cargo pods on that. I thought that ship looked like the kind that would have cargo pods on it. Shows what I know. Remember that clobbered by the dumbest thing you ever said? Maybe that was it. I am certain I have said dumber things than that. Certainly have thought them if I hadn't said them. Okay, so thrust is at 0.7. So I've added all those thrusters. Notice that the thrust has dropped a little bit, just as we might expect, because there's more mass, and that is a factor. Okay, so we're going to turn to the base. I don't think we can straight line it in because I think we will clip this body, but we can make it close. And of course, we will get a proximity alert when we're 5 kilometers from the surface there. So we don't have to panic about it too much. That worked out well. Okay. Not a bad alignment. 12 minutes out. We're just going to do it. Oh, actually, I do want to repair stuff, right? So we'll call it 10 minutes. 15, we'll call it 8 minutes, 15:38. Start to auto task. And I want to cancel these orders. Boom, boom, boom. Let him do a little bit of work. Okay, there's the proximity alarm right on time. I looked away just for a fraction of a second and missed that I was getting as close as I was. Okay, so we want to jet around to the left a little bit. We'll turn that off, and we'll just manually monitor that for a minute. We should be clear now, though. It's all good. And start to slow down. Okay, so bearing. You get that adjusted again. And then we will start to straighten out. Okay, pretty good. $5K, look at that. And we will Hail request docking. And we should be good to go. There we go. Home. So I'm going to finish up repairing here and be right back with you. We are back. I'm going to quickly have him eat something. We'll make it one of the nicer meals. Chili vinegar fish balls. Sure. And he's happy with that. We are going to set down the scrap that we're holding. We're going to run to the fixer and see if he wants to buy any of our wares, and then we are going to call it a night because I think he needs to go sleep. He's feeling drowsy. So we'll finish this up real quick. On our way to Mescaform. There we go. And I want to try to remember that I have the PDAs. That's the first thing I want to deal with. Offer to trade. Good. Okay. He might not buy the reactor cores because he's got some. We'll know in a minute. So first, PDAs. Here we go. I know he's probably not going to buy the actual PDAs. He doesn't do that often anymore. But he will buy some of the data off of them. So we'll sell that to him. I had a lot of stuff in my hand still, didn't I? And then let's go to, oh, I just realized I never expanded my cargo area, did I? That's okay. He will buy these. Look at that. So we'll sell all those to him. The Kangs I'm going to hang on to. This generator will go. I would have liked to see what he would give us for the CO2 scrubber, but that's okay. Loose like new, so he's not interested in the fusion grade laser capacitor right now, and that's fine. We'll see about selling those upstairs. It looks like everything did get repaired. I had double checked as best I could, but I always seem to miss something there. That's okay though. 27,000, we'll take it. And was there anything in engineering to sell? There really isn't. Other wanted items. I don't know that I've ever had anything in here that he wanted. But it's good to see what he'll offer for things. Never really paid close attention to that. Okay, let's go back. What is the time? I know actually you guys pointed out to me that I hadn't paid attention to that a couple of times. So let's do that real quick. It is 16:56, 10 more minutes. I'm going to pass on that. We're going to go ahead and go. I might miss out on a few bucks. It will be my loss, right? And back to the port. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have the cooler area as a barter zone. I should have done that. So that's fine. What can we sell from here? So he will usually buy PDAs, and he will buy some of the data on them periodically. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case today. Yeah, didn't really do that. This permit, he's not crazy about it. That's okay. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Okay, the Kangs I'm hanging on to. Notice the Kangs are selling more here than they were at the other desk. I thought the other desk had them like at 600 or 400, something like that. So that's interesting. I hadn't seen that before. We'll sell a turbo pump. We will sell that. The N2 canister for 700. It's basically full. I'm going to go ahead and sell it. There we go. The CO2 Atmos scrubber, $1,000 per space. A little more than. So that's awesome. Take that, 1,100 per space. These crates just have walls and floors in them for the most part. This is the one that has that suit. I could fix the suit and maybe get a little bit more out of that. So I'll go ahead and hang on to that for now. I'm not thinking I had anything else in any of these that I really wanted to sell. Engineering, there really wasn't anything. That hull section, yeah, we have a cooler for 3,500. We'll take that. Turbo pump, and that's going to do it. So 23,000 more. I'll take that. Yeah, I think that works for me. Let's see if there's any backpacks for sale over here. EVA battery charger is the other thing I was looking for. I still have never seen one here, so I'm guessing that doesn't really happen much, but I'm thinking I might need to consider buying another battery. The rest of my batteries are starting to run a little low. Not ridiculously low, but lower than I would like. I am not seeing any backpacks. More quick pass in case I skipped it. But I don't think that's going to be the case this time. Oh, right at the top. It sure was. So there we have it. Okay, going to take that and going to head back to the ship, and that is going to do it for this session. But as always, thank you for your time, and until next time, fair travels.